Hello all, this is Dr. Apurva Mathankar and today we are going to discuss about strength and conditioning for cricket spin bowlers. When it comes to the cricket spin bowling, it has multiple levels of skills involved in it, but along with that there is a huge scope of physical preparedness, that is what we call it as a strength and conditioning domains for our athletes. So before moving ahead and understanding these domains, we will first understand what are the different phases of a cricket spin bowler. So when the bowler is approaching towards the batsman for delivery of the ball, the first phase is the back foot contact, where he lands on his back foot with his trunk slightly approx 25 degrees of hyperextension, and all majority of these bowlers are in their side on position, because in this position with the trunk hyperextension they are able to take a very good advantage of their kinetic chain, that is generating the force from the lower extremity and transferring that force to the bowling arm or the bowling extremity. Next, the phase is the front foot contact, where the bowler lands ahead with his front foot getting impacted on the ground. And during this phase, it's a very peculiar thing that there is a dissociation between his shoulder girdle and the hip girdle occurs. Now that is very important, because this rotatory momentum is going to help to improve his external rotation of the bowling arm, and that is when his ball is in the abducted position in the external rotation, and it is almost parallel to the ground, which we call it as an upper arm horizontal position. So front foot contact is usually helpful for enhancing the external rotation of the upper extremity, and which is supported by the dissociation between the shoulder girdle and the pelvic girdle. Next is the position known as cradle position, which is just before the ball release or the delivery of the ball. Now during the cradle position, this position is known to be a very stable position, because the dissociation which has occurred between the shoulder and the hip girdle during the front foot contact now starts to reduce, and as the athlete moves in the cradle position, he is completely squared up in front of the batsman, and that gives him much more stability, which is required for delivery of the ball at a higher velocity. Here we consider velocity in the term of revolutions per second. So that's all with the cradle position. Next is our ball release phase, and this is the phase when the actual ball is released. If he is a wrist spinner, he is going to give the spin by giving the wrist into a radial deviation. If he is a finger spinner, he is going to do it with the spinning his fingers. So that's the actual ball release phase, and followed by the follow through phase. So whenever we look on these all phases from a strength and conditioning perspective, it is not the ball release phase or the follow through phase which we are focusing on, but we are going to work on the preliminary phases of our athlete, that is the back foot contact, how good is his front foot impact, and how stable he is during his cradle position, because all these three positions are going to support his performance during the ball release phase. So that was a complete overview of all the phases, and to summarize it, we need to develop the strength, the power of our athlete. That is very important during the back foot impact. Then during the front foot impact, we have to work on plyometrics and more of the dissociation, that is the rotatory work. So we can call it as a dynamic core exercises will be more helpful. As he goes into the cradle position, it is more of the static core, as well as the balance and stability is something which is highly challenged. Along with that, during the ball release phase, the upper extremity, that is the shoulder girdle strength and power, holds a crucial role. So when we are going to design a program for our spin bowler, these all components we are going to talk about, and we are going to understand how exactly we have to do the permutation and combinations of variety of exercises in order to improve our athletes' performance. That's all about biomechanics in this video, and if you're interested in learning more about the detailed biomechanics and the demands it places on our spin bowlers, then you can read my latest research paper, which is published in one of the most reputed journal. I have dropped the link about that research paper in the description box. Do read it. If you have any comments or you have any questions or queries, don't hesitate to ask me. Let's work together for the betterment of our athletes, and we'll see you in the next video of this series of strength and conditioning of cricket spin bowlers. Till then, stay safe and take care. Bye.